UCL.com. I'm Flash, and this is the Champions League round of 16. We got the first 4 games out of the way last week, and now it's on to the final 4. Now, if anything to go by last week, then we're looking at goals, and we're looking at maybe a few upsets. But I'm telling you, we've got Alex, and I will have Tan. I'm assured I'm going to have Tan at some stage. I don't know, he might be sleeping in or he's just rushing around. But if you like this video, then please subscribe, press the button and ring the bell. Ring the bell means we'll notify you and you'll never miss any content again. Also, you press the link in the description. Again, I'm assured that there's an article wrote by Tan or Alex or Martin, but every other sport that we cover here on SBR, then it's accompanied by an article with plenty meat on the bone, parlays and knowledge. Alex, good games this week, and a few of these sides will have ambitions that they can go on and win it.
Good games last week, good games this week. This is what Champions League is here for. Tancredi said that we should start 10 minutes later because he has some stuff that he has to finish. And we are 15 minutes later and he's not here still. So the king is dressing probably right now. He's putting on his Bayern shirt for us to be able to jinx it.
We don't want no jinx.
Of course, it worked. Frankfurt 2-1 at the weekend. Brilliant. We went with a draw double chance. We stayed on the train. And right now they are going to play Lazio. So let's see what the hell he's wearing today. But yes, absolutely, I totally agree. There is a lot of value to be made. I also delivered my banker of the week on Twitter with an article on sbrpicks.com. So you can check it out. Also, I have 1 unit play from that same game. So 3 units on 1 game. It looks very nice, this card, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, do you see goals? Or are we going to say that there's going to be maybe draw half-time? And listen, there's one game that absolutely stands out. So let's kick straight on. We'll get Tan's thoughts if and when he turns up. But Atletico at plus 165. Draw plus 205 whenever the draw is near 200. It ends in a draw. Chelsea plus 200.
Yeah, I don't know. Atletico, a shocking defeat to Levante, if I can say that. Plus, they used their best starting 11 almost. They had some changes here and there, but not so significant. I was expecting more from Atletico. It's true that they dominated the game. It's true that they created a lot of scoring chances. They were just they didn't have that clinical touch at the end when they were with the last pass and the shot on goal. So I still think that Diego Simeone, masterclass when it comes to coaching at this level, experienced Atletico on Champions League. On the other side, we have Chelsea, who are looking totally different under Thomas Tuchel, but couldn't win against the mighty Saints at the weekend, just 1-1 there. Again, they dominated if you look the possession and everything, but still they have problems. They need to gel more under a new manager. So I think that we will see also Chelsea playing for a win here. Let's not forget that this match will be played in Bucharest, Romania, in a neutral venue. So Atletico will not have their home field, if I can say that, at their disposal.
Yeah, listen, I thought this game looks like a 0-0. I really did. I think it's definitely going to be like around the draw half-time. Because the thing is with Chelsea at the weekend, they played at 0 mile an hour, and you just cannot do that. Now, they are more defensively set up. They are playing with maybe 2 holding midfielders. And the other thing with Chelsea being on the positive side is they're full of European-style type players.
Yeah, but let's not forget that Atletico will be desperate to secure a first leg advantage, because after that they travel to London next month to play the second leg. And we can see La Liga leaders going all in for this match. Yes, probably they will stay to smell their opponents for the first 15-20 minutes. And on the other side, Chelsea are yet to ignite in the final third since the change of the manager. But it's Champions League. It will be another type of another type of match. And let's not forget that Thomas Tuchel has a lot of experience going with PSG almost to lift the trophy last year. So I think that it will be a nice match. I don't see a 0-0 here. I don't see a 0-0. I think that we will see goals. This is why I'm going with the winner, with the goals market here, over 2 goals on the Asian handicap at 1.87. I think that we'll see at least 2 goals. So in case of 2 goals, you will take your money back. But I think that another good take, I don't know what is the odds, because it's hard for me to find the odds. Good morning, Tancredi. By the way,
good morning.
It's very hard for me to find the odds, but I can see a win by 1 goal, no matter who wins this game, by 1 goal.
Honestly, I think that Atletico got a bigger chance at Stamford Bridge. I mean, again, are we going to be able to have the second leg in London, or are they going to have to play in Bucharest again?
I don't know.
Okay,
I think in London.
Yeah, well,
very hard that they would play in London. Very hard.
Okay, well, we've got Atletico, Tan, at plus 165, the draw at plus 205, even though I could only find plus 200, and Chelsea at plus 200. I think this is a very tight game. I think no goals first half, so that means draw at the half-time. But I just cannot see where the breakthrough is going to come from.
Well, buongiorno, everybody. Sorry for delay. Did I miss anything at the beginning?
Yeah, we were bashing you like always, like we do every day. Because
okay, so I didn't miss anything new.
No, you didn't miss anything, you know.
Good morning, everybody. Did anybody talk already on how much a damage, at least for me, I don't know for you, but how much a damage was the first week of the round of 16 on a betting side?
No, it was great for me. So from your point of view, maybe it was bad.
Okay, Flash, what about you?
I had Liverpool draw half-time, which was fine. I had Liverpool draw half-time, and Liverpool win full-time. But the other games were a bit dodge.
I was basically saved only by over 1.5 in the second half of Barcelona, Paris Saint-Germain. But am I the only one that has been let down by Juventus and Sevilla? Because sounds to me like am I the only one that has been let down by that?
No, I got done by Juve. Yeah, I thought Juve was draw half-time.
Me, I was let down by Sevilla, but on Juve I had both teams to score there, so I was very lucky with that 1 goal from Juventus. By the way, that either team to win by 1 goal difference is at 2.25.
Plus 125, either side, just to win.
Your mic. Sorry, your mic.
Not working?
Yeah, now it is.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Thank you. Atletico or Chelsea or the draw, Tan?
It's, as I heard from Alex, very tough game. I have to be honest. You said, Alex, that you don't see few goals here, that you see the score sheet opening.
Yeah, I see at least 2 goals. At least 2 goals here.
Okay, at least 2 goals. But we saw for the first time in the weekend Tuchel being a bit dodgy, no, but maybe blocked, maybe it's uncertain with Chelsea against Southampton.
They didn't start. Honestly, they were walking. I thought it was a training ground game.
Do you feel that it was because Champions League was upcoming? Or
yeah,
what?
I thought that themselves.
I also feel that this is a little bit like his style, his touch. Remember that we were seeing PSG doing the same thing at the beginning of every match in their domestic league when he was in charge. A little bit walking, like not very aggressive, like dominating with a lot of passes left and right. This is his style, Thomas Tuchel's style. It will be a different kind of match, of course, in Champions League.
But see, Atletico too in the last 2 weeks has lost a bit of touch, but how they could not have so Otherwise, with all the injuries and COVID cases that they are having and piling up, and possibly they had accumulated a good gap in Liga that had let them relax a little when they were facing the likes of Levante. Obviously, here it's a completely different story, and it will be a completely different story for both of them. And I think that on the level of intensity from both of them, but especially from Atletico, because the goal out, the away goal will count more, there will be a particular attention. And anyway, I see that, in my opinion, it was this. It was this late relaxing from Atletico was mainly due by the fact that it almost seemed like they were winning easily this Liga. And for a couple of weeks, there were talks of like, oh, Liga is already over, Atletico already won it. And for how much Simeone could be able to isolate his group. Anyway, this is getting to the mind of the players sooner or later. So they might be softened by that. Possibly this 1 point over 6 with Levante, it will be a reality check for them, and they will come ready and steady against Chelsea. So I see a lot of intensity, and I still see that the way Atletico are efficient is still much more than Chelsea had. Let's remind that possibly Tuchel also had, I would say, a favorable schedule since he went on with Chelsea. I don't know if you agree with me, Flash. But for this reason, I see Atletico, first of all, make it and bringing so the winning. But, and actually plus 165 would be already good odds for that. But then I started I fancy to go around to check the combo. I'm starting to like the combo in your style. And I saw that the combo Atletico to win plus under 2.5 goals is extremely well priced. If I'm not mistaken, should be at 4.70, which is a lot. And if we look at the results of Atletico and Sevilla, and Chelsea in Champions League, anyway, even if Chelsea had a managerial change, but if we look at that, almost every time they had an under 2.5 goals.
Yeah,
so
it's,
this
called, it's called Atletico win to nil.
Yes. Exactly.
And I've
So
got
it's
it
not
around,
exactly.
it's around
It's not.
plus 4.0.
1 nil
plus
of 2 nil.
300.
Yeah, right. Yeah, 1 nil of 2 nil. Yes.
Well, I've gone
right.
with a draw, and there's many reasons why I've gone with a draw. Is I think that both of these sides are going to set up defensively. I'm definitely going to have a little bit for half time, but again, I shouldn't go against everything I say whenever the draw is around plus 200, it ends in a draw.
Your microphone, Flash.
I think Atletico, they've got a better chance the second leg, if it's in London, than they do in the first leg. Otherwise, I see this going all the way.
But Flash, I don't see.
You're interrupting a lot, Flash. We can barely. You speak one sentence and 2 sentences. You're interrupted.
Yeah, there's not a lot I can do about that.
Okay.
They're
But anyway, it's extremely hard that the return leg would be played in London. I mean, probably it is gonna happen. I mean, the decision it's up. It could change after 8th of March. There is that chance. But at the same time, UEFA need a bit of time beforehand to organize. So possibly it is very hard that if by, I would say, next week, there is not already something certain they will change. Anyway, they will keep open.
What do you mean they will change? So till next week, we must know where is the second leg going to play, right?
Yeah, normally that is what is happening. UEFA want to have a certainty 2 weeks before the game is taking place. So, I mean, everything is possible because obviously in such a situation, UEFA as well know that must be more pragmatic and more flexible. And if they can, they will try to let Chelsea play in London. But they need some concrete sign from English government. And if there is not any concrete sign that something can actually change. Possibly the return leg will be anywhere else. I don't know where, but will
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Well, yeah, we
yes,
give you
5
4,
times,
3,
4
2,
times,
1.
or 3 times,
Yeah,
one
yeah,
one time.
exactly. Let's not forget that Jimenez, Trippier, and Carrasco are out for Atletico Madrid.
Okay, let's move on then. It's got Lazio at plus 450, draw plus 370, and Bayern at minus 165, although I did get Bayern at minus 150 this morning in a double.
First of all, I really like your new pop style, Flash, with your voice echoing like if you are talking to St. Peter's Square. And so I hope that you will give us your blessing made of beer and mojito by the end of the show.
It's just Gremlins. Yeah.
Gremlins?
Zook, is it because this is on as well? Because I'm like talking and it's just echoing around. Is that better now, Tan?
Is it way better? I'm sorry you lost your pop-icity, but it was very nice. I hope for your blessing. Lazio Bayern, here behind me. Look, the beauty that is this Lazio shirt with the old 80s Eagle style shirt. Look, Pope Flash. Bayern, we know they are having so many players that are absent, but at the same time, we know we are carried to say, come on, it's Bayern. Come on, it's Bayern. At the moment the things will become tough, the tough will get going. Come on, it's Bayern. Wait a second. Putting aside the fact that someone had suggested Eintracht to win and double chance on Eintracht last week, but we'll talk about that in the next Bundesliga show. Putting aside that,
not someone, more people than one. Come on.
More people than one. And so more countries, not only one Italian country, even more other Italian countries.
Latin countries, you want to say?
Latin countries, obviously.
Well, yeah, and someone actually said, if you're going to go double chance, then you've got to go double chance Frankfurt and both teams to score to get even bigger odds.
Mamma mia.
Someone from another country who is living in another country. That's a lot.
Which is a new Latin country. So imagine.
Yes,
exactly. American.
Can the Lazio score?
Can the Lazio score? I would say yes. In fact, I go here with both teams to score and over 2.5 goals, and I don't pick a final outcome. Why? Look, Bayern, when they are attacked lately, but they're attacked not with this balance. They are attacked with efficiency. So holding on them, not standing next to the box, but being quick in transitions and going to catch them with a pressure up front, exactly like he did Eintracht. If you rewatch some of the segments of Eintracht Bayern, Eintracht was disrupting Bayern ball possession when they had to get out of the box. They were doing that in that moment. So Lazio are actually good in doing that. They are actually good in doing that. The main issue for them is, first of all, the possible mismatch in defense, because the level of defenders is pretty limited, aside Acerbi. Luis Felipe is injured, and the others, they can have a great night, but they are not always consistent. And the second, anyway, about converting those chances, because they score a lot, but sometimes they need to create a lot of chances to score a lot. But anyway, I see Lazio very focused on this game. And Bayern, first of all, we know that we haven't seen their brilliance since December, even if they had that good streak in January. But anyway, it wasn't exactly the same brilliant. After they came back from Club World Cup, they had one defeat and one draw. Not saying they are going to stumble, because when the situation, when the things get tough, Bayern gets going. We know that. But Lazio, it's very hard to manage. Very hard to manage. And if Bayern overestimate the fact that they would just need one goal more to score, well, that would be a good way to concede goals. Don't know if it's enough, anyway, to bend Bayern level at their level for Lazio, but at least for them both to score and to see an open score sheet, that's for sure. So both teams to score and over 2.5 goals.
Okay, the Alex Classic is minus 135. Are you going to go the same way then, Alex?
I think that Bayern Munich are still in Qatar right now. I think that we've seen in the last two matches the impressive and most prestigious trophy that they won in the last 3 months, the World Cup club and stuff like that. It was an impressive trophy they lifted. They played 2 matches against tough teams in the world, and they won it, and they are back here, and look what is happening with the more poor teams like Eintracht Frankfurt than Tigers, and look what is happening. They get
Tigres, whatever. No, Tigres. Otherwise, it's like if I would call Steaua Bucharest Stella Rossa. No, it's Tigres, it's Steaua. Every guy got his own name.
This is why we call Red Star Belgrade, right? And not
exactly.
Zvezda.
Well, no, why? You can call it.
Alex, is Muller going to play for Bayern, or is he still out?
He is doubtful, probably not going to play for Bayern. Very big problem here for Bayern. And Lazio can score, and we know that Lazio can score. They are brilliant on the counter attack. They can catch Bayern open because Bayern style of play with dominating the game. Tan made a great point by saying that also Lazio can press high and give them problems to exit from their own half, you know. So I think that this is a great match, but yes, at the end, I see Bayern winning it. The price on Bayern is huge at 1.75. Let's be honest, you will never find a price like that, but it's dangerous. I think that it's dangerous to play those set of odds. I think that it will be an entertaining game, probably the most high-scoring match from the 4 this week, and I'm going for Lazio Bayern over 3 on the Asian handicap at 1.78.
Flash, let me add one thing. Aside whatever you could think about Club World Cup, yesterday there was a very interesting opinion because it was analyzed extensively, Lazio Bayern on Italian TVs. There was a very interesting opinion from Billy Costa Curta, and it was connected to Club World Cup because they saw that Bayern had these results, and anyway, well, Costa Curta was part of the great Milan, and he won, he played actually 6 Intercontinental Cup or Club World Cup. And obviously it was asked, okay, Club World Cup doesn't have the same importance of Champions League, blah, blah. But he gave a very valid point. He said, the thing is that, because there were times where he played Intercontinental Cup or Club World Cup final by the end of December. So coming back from there was the winter break. And then coming back from there were some other times that he had to be back on pitch and playing. And he said a very valid point. He said, the thing is, winning that trophy, first of all, is considered by the team as crowning a journey, first of all. Secondly, actually, you are satisfied for winning it, even if it's not the same importance. You celebrate that. So the thing is that normally when you celebrate something in May, so by the end of the season, so your mind is clicking off because you know that your effort is done. You have completed your season, your journey, your path. Here, it's very weird because it's not at the beginning like the Super Cup. It's right in the middle. And already a few days later, you have to set back your mind up on Eintracht, Arminia Bielefeld. And he said, the thing is that the mindset of players takes time to reset back, to switch back to normal daily life. And I think it was a very valid point from someone who has been part of teams like that. A very valid point on how Club World Cup can affect in short term Bayern.
Yeah, I think the big effect this year is actually because of the timing of it. The travelling is like an absolute nonsense. You're playing against 2 completely different styles of opposition. I just think it's disruptive. I really do.
Exactly.
And I think you're right.
You interrupt your streak, you interrupt your style, how you're playing Bundesliga. After that, you're preparing for Champions League, and all of a sudden, bang, you have to play this competition, you know.
I'm sure we'll see the best Bayern. Over these next 2 legs, I'm sure that Bayern will have clicked back in. I mean, I think that Bayern may be guilty. Obviously, they're missing Muller. They're missing a couple of different players. I think they'll find a way, and the best way to play against Lazio is to attack them. I really do. I think you attack them down the flanks and put their defence under pressure immediately. I'm going Bayern win at 4-6, which is -150. I've done them in a parlay. I don't see them. I don't see them
even better than -150 right now. It's -135.
Oh, is it? It was
Yes.
-150 this morning.
No, it's
Okay.
-135 right now. It's going up a little bit. The trend.
Well, the parlay is the parlay I've got, and I'll go for it in a minute. Is a +145 or 148. Moving on though, because there'll be split opinions here, Alex. And by the way, 51 thumbs up, 146, just over 34, 35%. Okay, Atalanta +170, Alex. Draw +270. Madrid at +165. I see that you can now get +175 on the Spanish visitors.
Impressive form from both sides, but let's not forget the quality of the opposition lately for Real Madrid. Getafe, Valladolid, Valencia. On the other side, Atletico.
Well, that's like their cup finals, Alex, when they get to play against Real Madrid. So they raised their game.
Yeah, but a little bit better from Atalanta, who beat Napoli 2 times in the cup and in Serie A, and also Cagliari without conceding. Okay, Cagliari are worse than Valladolid, if we can say that right now. But still, very impressive from Atalanta lately. Very impressive from Real Madrid, who are adding more pressure on Atletico Madrid right now in La Liga, because how many dropped points they have? 2, 4 plus 3, 7 points in the last 4 games. Atletico Madrid lost, you know. So right now they are just 3 points behind Atletico Madrid, with Atletico Madrid having a game in hand. So I think that Real Madrid can put a lot of pressure at this end of the season in their domestic league, but I don't see them prepared 100% with so many injuries and problems they have in their squad. Benzema, Carvajal, Marcelo, Ramos, Eden Hazard, Militao, Rodrigo, Valverde, Odriozola. So I think that Atalanta should be the favorite for this first leg at least. And I'm saying the first leg because, as you know, they are playing in 2 legs. So the odds right now favor Atalanta. They're priced at 2.5 right now. They are playing on their turf, so they are not playing in a neutral venue. And I have Atalanta with draw no bet at 1.85. I don't think that there is a possible way for Atalanta not to find the back of the net, despite the very good organized defense from Real Madrid. Atalanta have the firepower of scoring at least 1-2 goals on their own.
I'm going with Real Madrid. Tan, I just see that Madrid did a job when they played against Inter. I just cannot see. I cannot let Madrid go at around 175. I mean, they've got probably the deepest squad in the whole of Europe, maybe outside of Man City. Atalanta, they just crumble when they're put under pressure. Yes, they're very dangerous going forward, but we also know that Atalanta, like Madrid, can throw in the dodge performance.
There are different premises doing this. I will be there in Bergamo for Atalanta Real Madrid, and after 6 months, 8 months, I'm back to a stadium, and I think it will be a great football show without the crowd, which is, in my opinion, 51% of the beauty of football. Today I was on a Spanish podcast about Real Madrid.
Is that why you were late?
No, it was. You know what? You want to know why I was late? Because I had to do. Late. Because I had to do PCR because of going to the Atalanta Real Madrid. So I was running back on time for being on air.
And you are negative?
Fancy running is an exaggeration.
Sorry?
You are negative?
A fancy running was an exaggeration.
Yes, I fancy you just listen. Yes, of course. Alex, but there was a question. They gave me many questions on the Spanish podcast. There was one I posed to them, and whose answer is pretty important. When I asked, guys, you follow daily time on daily basis Real Madrid. Can you tell me now, so lunchtime more or less of Spanish time on Monday. What are the percentages, the chances of Benzema joining the game? And they said, we can't be sure, but at the moment there is 10% of Benzema playing. Let's see if Zidane is doing just pre-strategy of game, mind games, but at the moment there is 10% of times. You mentioned the game against Inter, Flash, but there are two huge differences. In the game against Inter, Sergio Ramos was on the pitch, and Benzema, if he will not play, was on the pitch. Now, we are talking. Sergio Ramos is not only the captain of Real Madrid. I would say is like the chief of Indian tribe and talking
Godlike.
about Native Americans.
He's the chief.
Godlike.
Not godlike. The chief of Native American tribe who is leading them into the battle.
Okay, I will invent an Indian name for Ramos before we end the
thank
show.
you very much. Let's say that the Geronimo of the situation, okay? The sitting bull of the situation is the inspiration for the battle, is the inspiration for all the other players. Of course, Kroos, Modric, and Casemiro are absolutely crucial and meaningful for the team. But in the wrong moment, in the most difficult moment, having Sergio Ramos is a completely different thing. And when they don't have Sergio Ramos, they so need so much Benzema, and they might not even have them. Now, this season, La Liga pace has lowered a lot. It's very hard to find a La Liga team playing at a high pace. Sometimes Sevilla, it's very hard though. If Atalanta play in their style, it will be very, very hard for Real Madrid to hold on. They are clever enough to exploit the space that Atalanta can leave behind the midfield when they get so greedy because they see the space in front, because they see they can dispose of the opponent like Real Madrid. So about that, Zidane is clever, Real Madrid is clever. But here, having or not Benzema, it makes a huge difference. Yesterday, Atalanta was fantastic against Napoli. They played 9 of the starting 11. There was some uncertainty whether Gosens picked up an injury. Picking up an injury on Gosens would be huge. But Muriel, in this moment, is absolutely over the top. Now, the only thing is that, as you mentioned, we know how Real Madrid can be effective, how Zidane can be effective when the game is tough. I'm going with the Alex Classic here, both teams to score and over 2.5 goals, because I still give chance to Benzema to play. But I strongly suggest whether if in the 1 hour before the game you see in the lineup Benzema is not there, maybe you could throw in a combo, Atalanta to win and Alex Classic.
Okay, Atlanta to win and both teams to score. If there's no Benzema, I just think that the price is too big. And the thing is with Atlanta, I think they're going to. I think the majority of the game will be played with Madrid having the ball, Alex.
Yeah, Madrid will probably dominate in the first 20 minutes, but I don't see them dominating the entire game. I think that Atalanta are more than clever in taking the pressure on them a little bit. Gasperini's genius, I think that will be the key to this match. And Muriel was fantastic, yes, and I think that I really understand why right now they don't have any problem of selling Papu Gomez and Papu Gomez being out of the team. They have no problem with that. So Gasperini knew something, and this is why I respect him even more than that right now. This is why I think that Benzema will not play. I don't think that they will risk him play. I think that Zidane knows that there is also the second leg, and if he will force him now, maybe he will get more injured than how he is. So probably he will try to win it by 1 goal, or even going back with a draw and play for the win in the second half, in the second leg. So this is why I think that Atalanta with draw no bet looks very, very nice.
Okay, let's move on to the final game, and everyone's got this as the banker. It's just getting the value out of it. Gladbach plus 700, draw plus 450, Man City minus 280. And again, this will not be played in Germany, Alex.
Yes, this will not be played in Germany. This will be played in Budapest, in Hungary. And we are talking about two different teams in two different forms. We are talking about one side, Gladbach, with Marco Rose announced a few weeks ago that he will join Dortmund at the end of the season. And since then, 2 defeats and 2 draws in the Bundesliga, and the 2 defeats were against the teams that are fighting to avoid relegation, like Köln and Mainz. And on the other side, Manchester City, who are top of the table in Premier League, 10 points difference, cruising right now, 18 wins in a row. In 12 of them, they were in 12 of them they
clean sheet.
1 second. Yeah, no. They were leading from halftime. In 14 of them, they covered the minus 1.5 Asian handicap. I think that they have 8 clean sheets in their last 10 matches or something like that. This is absolutely cruising right now. They have Kevin De Bruyne adding more quality to their team right now, back from injury. So I really don't understand why the odds are so high. Why? I really don't understand. Marcus Thuram is doubtful. He picked up an injury yesterday against the Mainz, or 2 days ago when they played. So he's doubtful. I still don't understand the type of odds. Yes, let's say that Gladbach were the surprise package in the group stage, when they played against Inter and Real Madrid, and in the first 2 matches they kept them at 2-2 draws. They absolutely destroyed Shakhtar Donetsk, scoring 10 goals in the 2 legs against them. But Manchester City right now are at another level, and with the internal issues, with Rose leaving, of course the Champions League, of course that they will try to give their best, but we are talking about Pep Guardiola, whose dream is right now to lift the trophy, finally lift the Champions League trophy. And I have as my banker Manchester City minus 1.5 on the Asian handicap at 1.95 right now. Yesterday it was at 2.0. But I have also a second bet, Manchester City halftime, full-time at minus 120, 1.85, both of them. So 3 units on this game.
Yeah, Man City all the way for me too. I've just gone Man City minus 1 on the Asian handicap in a parlay with Bayern on the money line, and it pays plus 148. So I think I've just put plus 145 down, Tan.
Yeah, very true. I was very surprised to see that the odds on the handicap were so so good to take, when actually the odds on the final outcome are actually so unbalanced. First of all, I must say, you will see here the Manchester City shirt. Actually, it's next time I'll show you the Balotelli shirt, Manchester City on the cap, because I have, in spite of the great performance Paris Saint-Germain gave this week, but after the future show where I said Paris Saint-Germain to be favorite, but I have to tell you my main favorite for the cup is Manchester City, not Paris Saint-Germain. But I had at
not
least...
the other way around, no?
No, Manchester City first. I had to offer... What?
You said your team was PSG and your outsider was Man City.
Yes. But you have to have a different voice in the show, no? Now that we
always...
And actually, after seeing what Paris Saint-Germain did against Barcelona, I should be even more strengthened.
You should be.
I know, but it's not about Paris Saint-Germain. It's the fact that, to be honest, I already thought last year that it was the time of Manchester City. The way they won against Real Madrid made me feel, oh, finally, now Guardiola is also pragmatic and so on. But I don't know. I think that the way everything is clicking there
What about Man City win to 0, Tan?
The thing is that
1-0.
they very hard for them to concede. And after hearing that Marcus Thuram might not be part of the game, it makes a lot of sense. But the thing is that the odds on the handicap still are so good. Really, yesterday when I picked it, it was 1.90 on Manchester City winning with 2 goals advantage at least, with -1 handicap. I don't know how much it is in Asia.
Yeah, -2 you said.
Yeah, when I saw it, I said, wow, that doesn't make any sense. It's so good. We see that Manchester City are just thrashing every rival they are facing. It was only 1 year.
It depends on what mood they're in, Tan. Like yesterday, they scored in the first minute against Arsenal, and then after that, they played 4,625 passes sideways and backwards.
Yeah, but they are 3 days before Champions League, so they played on a Sunday. Yeah, you could play. Most of the teams are playing on a Saturday or even Friday before Champions League, but they couldn't because Arsenal was coming back from Europa League. So by rule, Arsenal had to be given, if I'm not mistaken, at least 2 days and a half of break between one game and the other. So I think they did what was deserved. They are never speculative. This time it made sense. And nobody more than them got this hunger for getting in this knockout stage. Really, also, nobody more than them. But
also, George is making a good point. Manchester City to score in both halves. So also that, I think that is a good one.
Yeah, I just don't think you complicate it and just go Man City win, because I tell you what, Man City can win 1-0. That kills you, and you just stick them in with Bayern if you fancy Bayern as well. Let's have a look at the picks then, please, Esteban. Okay, Alex's picks is Atletico Madrid over 2 goals in the game on the Asian handicap at -118. Lazio over 3 goals in the game on the Asian handicap at -127. City -1.5 at +100. Atalanta draw no bet -120. Lazio for Tan is in the Alex Classic at -135. Atletico win to 0 +300. Massive price that. Atalanta Alex Classic at -135. And Man City -2 on the Asian handicap at +150. So you get your money back if they win 2-0 or 3-1. Flash's picks, Madrid at +175. Don't complicate it. Atletico draw +200. Can't go against a +200 whenever I see it on a draw. And Bayern to win, and Man City -1 on the Asian handicap at +145. You didn't want me to continue reading that, Esteban? You thought he's going on a bit too much here. I'll just get rid of it.
Yeah, no, because he knows that you have the bus that is leaving, so he doesn't want you to waste time. But why you have a thing for the +200 on a draw? There are men that have a fetish about feet. Why you have a thing about the +200 on a draw?
The +1 on the Asian handicap?
No. The +200.
You said.
Because I tell you what, if you go back through time, whenever the bookies offer around +200, and some are like +190, by the way, there was, and maybe there was like a +205, but whenever the draw, and in Italy, that was back in the day. I tell you what, Italy and the African Nations Cup games, you see the draw around +190, 195. Majority of the time, I would say 75% of the time, it ends in a draw.
I'm very interested by this point of view.
It started in Italy back in the day when they started betting on football, and you'd see teams, and the draw was like a +190, +195, anything around that +200, even going up to +210. 7 or 8 times out of 10, it ends in a draw. Okay, if you like this video, then please subscribe, press the button, and ring the bell. Ring the bell means I'll notify you. You'll never miss any content again. So if you have subscribed, then the bell will ring, because tomorrow it's the Europa League at 08:30 Eastern Time. And also, if you press the link in the description, that'll take you over articles wrote by Alex or Tan or Martin. But every other sport that we cover on SBR will be accompanied by an article with maybe a parlay, that Alex obviously kindly gave you last week that came in, or it will just give you single but a little bit more meat on the bone if it's possible. Now, if you can press a thumbs up on the way out, 64 of you with a thumbs up, 1 with a thumbs down. It's still 65 interactions, but there's over 150 of you watching. So enjoy Tuesday and Wednesday in the Champions League. Remember, Europa League tomorrow, but on Thursday it's Serie A, Bundesliga, Premier League, and on Friday it's La Liga. So it's a busy week of soccer stroke football.
What is the game? What is the game you are looking forward the most?
Atlanta versus Madrid on Wednesday, and tomorrow.
No, what?
I mean, I'm looking at Chelsea Atletico as a 0-0.
So Atalanta Real Madrid, I guess.
Yeah, I think that, yeah, because of the value. Madrid at 125.
Which one, you, Alex?
Probably the same, but I think that is on the same level with Lazio Bayern Munich.
Do you actually think, guys, that if Atalanta go through this, could actually have the crazy idea of saying, why not? Why can we not?
No, because they're too naive.
Too naive? You don't think they can... you don't think they can repeat like what Borussia Dortmund did in 2013?
No, because they've only got... Listen, no, they've proved they can't really keep clean sheets. And you're going to need to be able to sit back, hit teams on the counter-attack. But no, they're just perpetual for me.
I believe that they have a chance to go further.
If they pass this through, because if
I don't think they get past these two ties. Do you?
No. I still give. Well, it depends. To me, it depends a lot if Benzema is there or not. Because at the moment, I say 55% Real Madrid. But if someone tell me, no, look, Benzema won't play both legs, I'll have to think whether to give the fifth. It will be 51-49, and I have to decide to which side. But if I compare to 2013, well, Klopp was at Borussia Dortmund, Lewandowski and Hummels, and Gundogan in the middle. Basically, they had this backbone that was unbelievable. But it was a time where you had to play home and away against a crowd. You had to go to Bernabeu with a crowd. You had to go to England with a crowd. Here, without a crowd, over 180 minutes. If they pass through Real Madrid, why not? Without a crowd, over 180 minutes.
There's too many better sides. Anyway,
okay.
We'll bring this up again next week because again we've got the second legs of the Champions League again next week, and then obviously the second leg of these games the week after.
Next week we have midweek rounds in the leagues. The following week we'll have Champions League.
Yeah. Okay, thanks for that, Jen. I'll have a little look.
I'll always be here for you.
Yeah, at some stage. See you later.
At some stage.
Thank you for watching.
See you later. Ciao.